Yeah, it's a great question. So the mindful eating exercise, as I see it, is a way to help people start to notice things that they haven't noticed with eating. So raisins are great because we don't typically pay attention to the wrinkles or the colors or all these things or what a raisin actually tastes like. And then somebody's like, oh, I don't actually like raisins. So it really depends on what the purpose is. So raisin exercise is a good one because it's a common thing that often we eat, a handful at a time. And so it's a great way to help people slow down, pay attention, and see that regardless of whether they like raisins or not, right? Mindful eating is really helpful for helping us not only so we can do a mindful eating exercise with anything, right? And it can help us start to see, like for me, oh, gummy worms, not so great. And in contrast, I started paying attention, comparing those to eating blueberries. And I was like, wow, blueberries, my new best friend in terms of food. Like there's just, for me, it's like the perfect balance of sweetness and all this stuff. So, and I don't overindulge blueberries. It's not like I crave more blueberries. It's like when there's a satisfaction there probably because of the ratio of sugar to fiber and whatnot. That's naturally pleasant, but not cravogenic. Think of it that way. Whereas when I eat homemade chocolate chip cookies, definitely cravogenic. It's like I eat one and then I want the second and I want the third. Blueberries, not so much. It's also interesting for any of you that like chocolate, you can experiment with the different sugar contents of chocolate because it's a great way to explore. Like milk chocolate, for me, much more cravogenic than anything that's at least 70%. And I like 85%. There's this Trader Joe's dark chocolate that the quality to dollar ratio is the best I've found because it's very inexpensive, but super tasty. If you like dark chocolate, I forget which one it is, but it comes in a package where there are 2 thin bars, since some might know what I'm talking about. But there, I can eat like 2 of the small nibs, like this much, and I'm done because that's enough, right? So long story short, based on your question, Sean, it really depends on what the purpose is. And so if we understand the process and understand the mechanism, we can say, okay, let's do a mindful eating exercise, use a raisin or whatever, as a way to help people pay attention, really pay attention. Or we can do mindful eating of something that we might overindulge in so that we can start to feel out that pleasure plateau. And that's one exercise I have people do is like some people talk about like Brooklyn pizza. Brooklyn pizza is like the best pizza I've had. Really, really good. And so what I have people do when they're like, I just eat a bunch of it. I have them pay attention with each bite and map out the pleasure plateau. Is this bite better than, same as, or worse than the last one? Right. And you can actually map this out and we start to plateau and then we start to go off the other end. So here, it's not like it's going to magically change the taste of Brooklyn style pizza. We might even enjoy it more. Yet we don't overindulge because our body knows when to stop. Because it's like, I've had enough. This doesn't taste as good anymore.